Red, black, and white. Yeah, I like that. Logo. Jump.
It's the 2K Sports pregame show, sponsored by Kia.
Hello, everybody. Glad you could join us here on 2K Sports. I'm your host, Ernie Johnson. Next to me, Kenny the Jet Smith and Dr. Shaquille O'Neal. Tonight, we'll see the Boston Celtics playing against the Detroit Pistons. Well, for Detroit, 5-5 over their last 10 games, but they're not satisfied with 500 ball. Looking to tack one onto the win tally tonight. The Celtics are not only one of the more dangerous teams in the NBA, but also one of the prettiest to watch. Kenny, what do you like about their offensive game?
Oh, one of...
So we'll get some ice on it. Just keep working it. Stretch it. Knock it down. Feeling good?
Hey, man, feel great.
All right. Let me know if you want to get some work in. It's a long season, even for you young guys.
Okay. Yeah.
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 Welcome to the NBA on 2K Sports. So glad you could join us on this Saturday night. Hi, everyone. This is Kevin Harlan with Chris. And with pregame routines coming to an end, we're just about ready.
Thanks, Kevin. Since taking over, Pistons coach and team president.
It's not just about raw talent, but how the pieces fit, DA. Thanks. And these two teams very disciplined defensively.
Yeah, both teams are very well coached. Commitment and communication are just, Kevin, as you know, so critical.
Different look here for Detroit. Morris is checked in for John Lure. Tobias Harris comes in for Stanley Johnson. And it's Ish Smith in for Reggie Jackson. And a new group in for the Celtics. Olenek is checked in for Horford. Brown comes in for Johnson. Prez is checked in for Avery Bradley. Young is subbed in for Isaiah Thomas. On the court for the Celtics, Brown and Crowder are your forward pair. Prez out there with Young. And it's Olenek in at center.
They've been beating them to a lot of those loose balls and rebounds here to start.
And they had some botched coverage that turned into no coverage.
Got that bucket in no time at all. First quarter of action, just under 3.5 minutes played. Bazemore for three. And no good. Caldwell Pope with some nice D. Nice ball movement by Detroit. Harris misses. Celtics trail by 7. Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now you just need a bucket to get some momentum.
Bazemore gets the bucket.
Just so efficient on the catch and shoot there. You gotta love how Prez just squares up and delivers.
Smith outside. There's 53 seconds left in the first quarter. Caldwell Pope with a wide open look. Another miss by Caldwell Pope.
Even though he's struggling with the shot, it hasn't stopped his team from getting in front and maintaining this lead.
Good on the bucket.
Great playmakers help everything run so smoothly. Excellent lead pass.
Smith with it, and Young picks him up defensively. And again, it's the Pistons missing.
He's really had a rough quarter on the offensive side of the floor.
And it's Brown missing. The Pistons shooting 33% here in the first quarter. To the middle. And he was fouled in the act of shooting. Chance here now for a three-point play.
That's just the big boy muscle of Harris. A real energizer who just fights through contact on his shots.
And he's got his first chance at the line here. And so it's Boston with it. It's a 5-point game. They come in fresh off a win against the Warriors.
You know, they played well enough to win, but to be honest with you, I just felt like their opponent's defensive performance was shaky at best.
I mean, you can say the defense was awful. They took away nothing and got scored on relentlessly.
And that one is off. And so lots of scoring in that competitive first quarter. Pistons ahead, up by 3. It's the NBA on 2K Sports. And so far, it's been a closely contested game as we get the second quarter up and going. And what stands out to you from the Pistons so far in this one?
I just like the way they're getting out in the open floor, taking advantage of all those fast break chances here early on.
Well, it's clearly part of the game. Quick outlet passes, guys running the floor like they really mean it.
Celtics trail by 3.
Well, one thing about Coach Brad Stevens, he's very composed on the sideline. He said it was a lesson he learned at Butler. If he gets rattled, the team does. So whether the game is going well or going poorly, you can't tell from looking at him. He keeps an even keel.
Aaron Baines out there with Tobias Harris. Then it's Johnson. Then there's Reggie Jackson. And it's Marjanovic in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. They're the group Detroit will start the second with. Some changes for Boston. Al Horford, he's checked in for Olynyk. Bradley comes in for Prez. And it's Isaiah Thomas in for Young. So it's Detroit now. 3-point lead. Outside Jackson. Pass to Johnson. So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there. And Stevens keeps that steady demeanor. But that doesn't mean, Chris, he won't get into players if he thinks they're not playing the right way.
But even there, keeping that poker face helps. Players don't want to be embarrassed in front of thousands. As a coach, if you pull a player aside or keep it in the huddle, that's appreciated. You'll see him talking to a player and he looks cool and calm. But if you're a lip reader, it might be a different story.
And he makes the first.
And Johnson, the former Arizona Wildcat, certainly has a bright future in this league. The combination of shooting, speed, and length he possesses.
The Pistons, an entirely new group now out there. And some changes here for the Celtics.
What are you leaving him? Give me this ball, man.
Now here's Bazemore. He's guarded by Caldwell Pope. And here we go. The Pistons fast break. Here's Drummond, and it's Drummond with the jam.
And great effort on the boards.
Shut up, faggot
And
ass.
what a move that was, Gabby. You just will not see him ever quit on a play.
That guy is a handful. You've got to have a body
Shut
on the
everybody
mark
shut
at all
Keep the energy
times.
up. Lock him. And how relentless is this guy? If you're the defense, he's the first one you're looking to block out there.
Inside, Caldwell Pope. Johnson with the block.
Oh, the rim protection from Johnson. One more thing that makes him special.
Shots good from Young.
Wow, the floor just really opened up for him on that possession.
Well, of course it did. The D was nowhere to be found, and because of that, he easily spread down the court and got an easy bucket away.
Morris outside. Caldwell Pope right side. Shot clock at 6.
Man, where you?
Doesn't go that time. Bazemore. That one misses. And the first half comes to a close. We've got a close game going on here. Pistons lead by 2. We've got more NBA basketball coming your way in just a minute.
All right, come on, guys. Shake it off. We need to tighten up our defense.
Welcome back, everyone. The lights of Motown reflecting brightly off the Detroit River. And now the start of the second half. Neither side jumping out ahead through the first 2 quarters. Different look here for the Pistons. Aaron Baines, he's checked in for Drummond. Marcus Morris comes in for Lure. Harris is checked in for Johnson. And it's Ish Smith in for Caldwell Pope. So Boston going with almost an entire new group. Kelly Olynyk's checked in for Horford. Prez comes in for Johnson. Marcus Smart's checked in for Avery Bradley. Young is subbed in for Thomas. On the court right now for the Celtics. Bazemore, and it's small forward. Olynyk is out there with Jay Crowder. Then there's Smart, and it's Young in at the point guard. In the corner, Bazemore with it. Good, and Smart gets the assist. That's now 8 points for Prez.
And really can't fault the D there. Prez just torching them with better offense.
Here's Jackson. Looking at the numbers, he's averaging about 20.5 points a game. It's stolen by Morris. 41 seconds left in the third quarter of the game. Here's Harris, and the layup's good off the glass. Harris has got 9.
They are up in this game right now, and he is one of the reasons why, given his stellar shooting from the field.
Bazemore for 3. And again, Boston with the triple.
Keep the
And
energy
you
up.
got to
Keep the
respect
energy
the
up. Lock 'em.
long-distance shooting of Prez. His ability to stretch the floor is crucial to his team's success.
And stolen by Bazemore. And Prez with a clear path to the... Oh!
Yeah, how about the sharp steal, and then run out. It looks like they're ready to put the hammer down.
We've been waiting for one of these teams, Greg, to pull away. Maybe that'll be a springboard for them.
Well, guys, if you're the other team, you now have to find a way to answer back. Can't afford to give up
Man,
too
look
much.
at bitches.
And the replay, of course, presented by Kia. What a play. Here's Crowder. Missed. And a great show through 3 quarters as we enter the 4th. Who will carry?
Third quarter.
And now let's take a listen to Stan Van Gundy.
Just relax and play the game. Relax and play the game.
And we're set to start the action up here in the 4th quarter.
You
And if
start
it's anything
eating too
like
much
the first
damn
3,
donut.
we should be in for a treat. Jackson and KC here in
It's
the
not
backcourt together.
good for you.
John
Always
Lewis out there with
sweet.
Andre Drummond. And it's Johnson in at the 3 spot. That's the 5 and the 4 for the Pistons. Jackson kicks to Drummond. That's good. And it's Jackson with the assist that time.
Piece of shit.
Jackson's got assist number 5 here tonight. Celtics trail by 8. The putback. It's good on the putback.
Well, you can't forget about Horford. I mean, carving out space inside for the putback.
The Detroit Pistons come in off the loss to Cleveland.
When will you nigga get
On the post, guard Horford. And Drummond kicks to Johnson. The offensive rebound. And Caldwell Pope gets the basket. And the Pistons lead by 8.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
8 more misses. For Detroit, they've gone 2 of 3 from the field to get the 4th quarter started. We've played just over 1 minute here in the 4th quarter. Jackson against Young. Just 5 on the clock. And it's Drummond missing.
Oh, really surprised he clanked that one. He makes those on the record.
Got that one up quick. 14 points for Fred.
Yeah, those are starting to add up, guys. Of their last 5 baskets, 3 have been triples.
Pistons leading by 5. Pope outside. And right through it goes.
Why not? Damn, misses, man.
Game moves along. 2 minutes gone here in the 4th. Right wing. No one near Prez as he lets it go. And again, a triple.
And they're getting their points now almost exclusively from the triple. 4 of their last 5 makes are from beyond the arc.
And stolen by Bazemore. The 3 from Bradley. And the Celtics hit again from deep.
And the triples keep falling, guys. That's 3 in a row.
And the call will be against Brad.
I'm Brad. I approve that steal. Presidential pardon.
4th quarter of play, and over 3.5 minutes have gone by. First free throw good, and that will put them up by 2.
Oh, man, and the former 24th overall pick in the 2011 NBA draft, Jackson has developed his game as a true floor general who you can trust to run your offense.
Here's what Detroit's going with right now. John Lure comes in for Morris, and it's Caldwell Pope in for Stanley Johnson. Picked by Horford. Johnson kicks to Horford. Pass to Bazemore. Pulls up. And another basket for Boston.
Just a huge shot. Prez really taking control here in these crucial moments.
Take the ball. Yeah. Take the ball, man. Don't just stand there.
Pope loose. 6 to shoot. On the way, Harris. Pistons passing it around. Detroit, no good that time either. A big-time possession here.
Yeah, and their hearts must be going 100 miles an hour right now.
It's good.
That was massive.
You play there. You got to start this game.
Good job, big man.
Time called here. Pistons decide to talk it over. They're down by 1. 32 seconds left in the 4th quarter.
The flip was quick, y'all. It was quick.
And look how much time they had. I think it's likely we'll see them try to get a good look and score quickly.
And we've got an update here, so let's catch up with David Aldridge.
Well, during that last break, Kevin, we got a chance to hear what Stanley and Gundy told the team. He knows this has been a hard-fought game. He wanted his guys to just sit down and catch their breath. He said, look, we're right in the game, guys. Let's make a little push here. Let's come out with some bite. Kevin?
And they stop the clock as soon as they can with the intentional foul.
Yeah, you have to do that, though. You can't just let them dribble the game.
It's the first that will put them up by 2.
Catch this up.
So he gets them both.
Dang,
It's a 3-point game.
Catch up.
Gut check time. Increases the lead to 3. Just have to guard against the deep ball.
Time call here. The Celtics decide to talk it over.
Come on,
They're
fool.
behind by 3. 19 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Guys, what do you think?
And you know what? You got a couple options here. You can take the 3 to tie it or get the quick 2 and then a foul.
Oh, you're exactly right. But with time remaining, if they get a clean look from distance, I think they have to take it.
And there's the foul on Jay Crowder. That will get him his 4th foul of the game, and due to the bonus, he will head to the line for 2. First free throw is good, and that gives them a 4-point cushion.
Oh, wow. And Harris is a guy that really offers a ton of versatility. He can play both forward spots and is an efficient scorer just about anywhere.
Second one is good. Being both at the line, and it's a 5-point game.
Oh, a cutthroat effort at the line. That should put this one out of reach.
Now a timeout called by Boston.
Our execution has to be perfect from here.
There's 14 seconds left in the game. What's your take, guys?
You know, and not only do you want to draw up a score here, but it's got to be a quick.
No, that's true, but if they do score, then they have to quickly foul. A lot to talk about in that huddle.
Bazemore inside the 3-point line. Kicks it to Horford. Passes it to Bazemore. The 3. Knocks down the trifecta.
When this team needs a bucket, Prez commands the ball. That's what you want out of your team.
Now a timeout called by Detroit.
Look here, guys. This is what we live for. We have battled all night, and now it's crunch time.
Let's step on the gas pedal, y'all.
And they need to stop the clock, so there's a foul. He drops the first one. That makes it a 3-point lead. And so he drops them both. It's a 4-point ball game. Now a timeout called by Boston. They're trailing by 4. 1 second left in the fourth quarter. And here's Young from the arc. That was enough space for Young to convert the deep ball.
And Young can knock those down if you give him the chance.
And so the big win by Detroit in a tight game. What a show they put on here at home tonight.
I mean, these are those games that feel so great to win, and really, it's like a knife in the gut to lose. You gotta love being on edge of your seat and just wondering what's gonna happen. How is this thing gonna play out?
And that'll do it, folks. For Greg Anthony, Chris Webber, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for watching the NBA. Presented by 2K Sports. So long.
That hurts, man.
I mean, I would rather get blown out by 50, right?
Last second.
you holding up?
Oh, I'm good, man. How are you?
Good. Just that this is that time of year guys start hitting that wall.
Nah, no walls here, man. I'm groovy, X.
I'm just checking on you. Because you might be able to push through it, but the other part is how you take care of yourself.
All right, look, man, I'm all ears. Just tell me what I need to do.
All right, well, first we get your diet right. Then we get you on the weights, on a program, not that casual lifting you guys like to do.
All right.
And we have to be diligent every day.
I'm in. I mean, I can't keep doing this, so...
All right, well, this is what's going to take you to that next level, if you want it.
Let's do it.
It's the 2K Sports pregame show, sponsored by Kia.
Welcome, NBA fans, and you know who you are. Ernie Johnson here with you again, along with Kenny the Jet Smith, Shaquille O'Neal, for what is still a very new, a very fresh NBA season. And tonight our broadcast will be shifting to Minneapolis, where we'll see the Timberwolves going up against the Boston Celtics. Taking a look at the Celtics, they're keeping pace with their win total from last season, holding steady, though they'd like to move the needle and continue to improve. You look at Andrew Wiggins, #1 overall pick in 20.
You nervous?
Oh, no, man.
Me either. Silly, right? You don't even get to play.
You get your shot.
Yeah, thanks, man. Hey, at least I get to kick it with you right now, man.
Hey, yeah, man. You my road dog.
Always.
It's live coverage of the NBA on Monday night. Thank you for joining us here on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan, and by my... And so off the tip, it's Boston. Minnesota making some changes. Gorgie Dangs checked in for Karl Anthony Towns. Hill comes in for Kevin Garnett. And Ricky Rubio subbed in for Dunn. On the court for the Celtics, Bazemore in a two-guard. Tyler Zeller out there with Kelly Olynyk. And it's Young, and it's Brown in at the small forward position. Want to survey in the NBA, Doris? Who would you say right now are the best at attacking the basket?
Well, I think obviously James Harden is a guy who comes immediately to mind. Somebody who can average 10 free throws a game over the course of a long NBA season. His ability to bait the defender into drawing that kind of contact. You wouldn't say that guy's electrifying in terms of his athleticism and dunking, but in terms of being that offensive player. And to me, the best offensive players are the ones who can get to the free throw line. Because on a night you don't have it going, guess what? Get myself to the free throw line.
Start to manufacture some things. Sometimes, though, they get that bad label of being selfish because they take it in what seem incredible odds as they take it in the lane with all kinds of defense in their way.
Yeah, and I don't like the term selfish, and you're right. That's what the narrative is out there, Kevin. But the reality is in the NBA, as you know, sometimes you need a guy who can string together 3 solid minutes of scoring, and that's what makes it fun for us. You know, James Harden, Steph Curry, Klay Thompson, those guys who can really get rolling offensively. So fun.
And they like contact. Guys like that are fearless, and sometimes that does not become a big part of an analysis of what they do. But they've got to go into the guts.
Guts?
Huh?
How would you think about this? How would you like to have been the size of Allen Iverson?
Right, what a great example.
And drive in
fearless,
there.
Right?
So tough.
Fearless and tough to guard. Boston shoot their 3rd free throw attempt of the game. That free throw good from Young.
Yeah, and this squad loves Young, a true leader who knows how to put his team on his back when they need him to.
Rubio with it. Quiet so far offensively, searching for his first points of the game.
And a nice job here early of establishing an inside presence.
Now Bazemore. Back to Young. 6 to shoot. They get the rebound. Olynyk lays it up, and despite of the excellent defense at that.
And a huge lead here early to start.
Well, they hit the ground running, and not just on the offensive end. Their defense has been brilliant as well.
And a double-digit lead on the scoreboard as we end the first quarter of play. Celtics lead by 12. And we'll get it going after this from the Target Center. He caught up with Prez on signing his first major shoe endorsement, and how his wife is now changed. It's joining the league.
Man, I am excited to join the brand and be part of the family. I mean, honestly, it all happened so fast that it was kind of surreal. I was joking the other day that signing my shoe deal was almost harder than choosing a college. But, you know, at the end of the day, it's great to see all my hard work starting to pay dividends on and off the court.
Well, for someone who just inked a very lucrative shoe deal, Greg, it sounds like his focus is still on the court.
Sometimes, Kevin, rookies can be distracted by off-the-court opportunities before they've even played a single NBA game. Really nice to see his priorities are still in the right place.
And welcome back. It's been all one-sided so far through the first quarter as our second quarter gets underway. And a very convincing performance from the Celtics so far.
You know what? They're dominating on the backboards. They have controlled the paint thus far.
You know, this lead built partially on extra possessions, and if you control the glass the way they have, you hold a crucial advantage.
On the court for the Celtics, second quarter underway. Bazemore, he's in it small. Jay Crowder out there with Kelly Olynyk. Then there's Smart, and it's Young in at the point. Connects from three-point. Range. And you can see it in Prez's eyes. There is no way he's missing that three.
And when he wants to hit from deep, it's almost as if he wills it in if you let it.
And for the Timberwolves, they had a rough season as they learned the ropes, but still came up with several big wins, Doris, that they could build off of last year.
Well, you have to look no further. They were one of two teams to beat Golden State in Golden State. And listen, everyone knew this was going to be a process, developing this young group. But you love getting your players that kind of experience in those tough environments.
Donnie's checked in for the Timberwolves. And the Celtics also making a change. Horford's checked in. And around a minute gone here in the second quarter. The putback. And Boston with the rebound.
And they've only got a slight edge on the boards, but it just feels a lot bigger.
They double him with Wiggins. Gets a hand on it.
Another bucket added to the lead. They've been the better team in every facet.
You know, because of that, they've completely taken the air out of this building. They have done everything necessary to silence this crowd.
And lots of contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot two. One added pressure, Doris, Wiggins has that is unique to himself is that he carries most of the weight of Canada's international basketball dreams. He certainly is the best and the brightest for them. He's expected to lead, in fact, the country to a golden age.
For all the players that we have seen come in the league from north of the border, I think Wiggins has the best potential. And I think he's handled the extra pressure with ease. And it might have even helped him mature as a leader for his basketball team. You can watch Andrew Wiggins play for 5 minutes to see how naturally scoring comes to this guy. He's always moving without the ball to find space to attack the rim or try to get open. And he is a guy that will continue to add to his skill set so he can put up points in a number of different ways.
So he hits 1 of 2 from the stripe. The clock runs out, and we're heading to halftime. Celtics out in front. They lead by 13. And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by. from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Thanks, Kevin. Andrew, they shot the lights out in the first half. What has to change?
Get back. Focus on getting back, guarding your man, and not taking these real.
It starts with a man-on-man challenge. Thank you. Back to you, Kevin.
Thanks so much, David, and we'll step away briefly, but get you right back out here for the start of the third quarter after this break.
Bring it in, guys. Hey, great work in the first half. I like what I see out there, fellas. We're playing like we wanted more than them. Do not take your foot off the gas, gentlemen. This is our game. Come on!
The buildings of downtown Minneapolis all lit up on this lovely evening. Welcome back, everyone, to the Twin Cities. And as we welcome you back, we begin our second half. So far, not a tightly contested game, guys, but, anything can happen. The Timberwolves making a switch here. Zhang's checked in. The Celtics also changing it up. Prez comes in for Jay Crowder. Young is subbed in for Isaiah Thomas. The high-flying pair of Levine and Wiggins are the 2 and the 3. Towns is out there with Gorgie Dang, and it's done in at the point. So that's the lineup for Minnesota. Levine kicks to Dunn. Passes to Towns. The feed to Levine. And a wide open look here for Wiggins. Controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
Yeah, you can't afford to let...
Okay.
Gorgie Zhang float around on the offensive glass. He's going to find a way to hurt you.
Well, is always in the hot list of topics as teams each year try to increase. Their odds at winning a championship. What do you feel are the key ingredients for a championship caliber team?
Talent, first and foremost.
Sure.
I mean, you think about some of the great stars who've won multiple championships. Bill Russell, Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant. One is talent. That's the first part. Coaching. I think coaching in the NBA is underrated. And then increasingly depth, because, of course, over the years, the season has gotten longer. The playoffs have gotten longer. It takes more players to win in the NBA than it probably used to.
Is the feel in the locker room overrated? Is the cohesion, the culture, is that important on that list?
You know, it's a terrific question. I do think you can win without chemistry. I certainly think for us, you can feel it when a team is connected and when they enjoy playing with one another.
Like Golden State.
No question about it.
And here is Johnson. 11 points in the game. Clock at 6. feeds to Bazemore from outside the arc. The shot, no good. And Minnesota will come the other way. They come into this one following the loss to the Grizzlies.
And you could say they probably were in control for 3/4 of that game, but in that fourth quarter, man, they just fell apart.
And when you see Chang, you don't expect a player, Doris, of his size to be a threat from outside, but he has a very soft touch in the mid-range, and it's getting better every year, it seems.
Yeah, I think there's no doubt. Zhang can definitely face up and knock shots down. Enough, certainly, to keep other big men honest when he steps out into clear space. And it also helps a lot that every time he gets to the free throw line, he's been solid there.
And he makes the first.
Now, this is a guy who was 63% from the free throw line his first year, as Zhang now has transformed himself into a very good free throw shooter.
Here's what Minnesota's going with right now. Cole Aldrich, he's checked in for Karl Anthony Towns. Hill comes in for Wiggins, and Ricky Rubio subbed in for Dunn. Olenek, he's checked in for the Celtics. Smart comes in for Bradley. And Young just drilling the three there. Nice look.
And that's the shot that's dropping for Young when he is playing with confidence.
Young against Rubio. 50 seconds left in the third quarter of the game. Back to Jang. Rubio in the corner.
Dang ball.
Lets it go from 14. No good on the shot. A bit long that time.
A good board there, Kevin, but overall they're getting slightly out-rebounded. And
Take this song on replay. birthday. It's my big day.
Looking calm and collected from deep there, just burying the outside tray with ease.
Knocked loose. Outside, Levine. Out to the right wing. Lets the three fly. Rebound, Boston. So it's off to Brooklyn after this game as they have the next to look forward to. That'll be the third game of this three-game road trip. Takes the 13-footer, and again it's Boston converting.
And really can't fault the D there. Perez just torching them with better offense.
And at the end of the third quarter, a huge lead in this one may already have been decided. Celtics out in front. Finishing the quarter on a tremendous 8-0 run. And after a quick break, we're going to come right back with the start of the fourth quarter. And now we take a listen into the recent huddle from Tom Thibodeau.
And all we're doing is thinking about our offense. Not playing any defense. Can't win like that.
And thanks again for joining us. Let's see what happens here in the fourth. The Celtics shooting around 60% of the... Here's Rubio.
Come on, y'all.
Pass to Garnett. He feeds it to Wiggins. Here's the floater. Wiggins with some nice D. Timberwolves trail by 19.
Jeez. Messed that layup.
Another miss by Minnesota.
Just a case of doing too much. He has to look to get his teammates involved, and his shot's just not there right now.
Now here's Bazemore. He's guarded closely. Johnson right side. He dishes it to Horford. 5 on the clock. Nice ball movement by Boston. And here's Young from the arc. Cans it from downtown.
And really, Young is never going to pass up a catch and shoot.
Hey, way to put the squeeze on him, guys. Bring it in. Let's talk.
What's it, fourth corner? Yep.
Listen up. We have these guys back on their heels.
Back on their heels.
Now they're playing like they're desperate.
Like they're desperate.
Just keep squeezing that orange juice, gentlemen.
Wanted to make the people around him feel great about playing the game, and just with a smile on his face. You know, we all love and are passionate about the NBA and playing the game of basketball, and so he was a guy I really loved.
Well, no one enjoys the game more than you. I'm just being around you, watching you broadcast. I know you love it. At all levels, you love the game.
If they're tipping it up, Kevin, I'd like to be there.
You're watching, that's right. Looking at who's out there now for the Timberwolves. Jordan Hill, he's checked in for Towns. Shabazz Muhammad comes in for Andrew Wiggins, and it's done in for Ricky Rubio. And Young kicks to Johnson. Zeller, a screen on Hill. The pass to Zeller. Dishes to Bazemore. Releases, and out of bounds as the Timberwolves gain possession.
Now that's how we play the game. Bring it in. Let's go.
As new leagues, Doris, with the influx of more overseas players in the NBA, what have you noticed in the change in play style?
Now, this is a really fascinating aspect to me, because what happens overseas is young players are forced to play with a shorter shot clock than formative years in the United States. And I think the reason you see Europeans so much better developed and skilled is because they're having to be multi-tooled from their earliest days. And I think that makes them more well-rounded basketball players.
That is so interesting. And I've always thought, too, the Hubie Browns, the Mike Fratellos of the world, going over there summer after summer, running clinics and exporting this great game of basketball to Europe.
I think Kevin, your point is well said, and those two guys are great friends. I think you'd be hard-pressed to find someone, any individual, who's influenced more generations of basketball players than Hubie Brown.
Bravo. Bravo.
Percy Justice.
Johnson,
There you
the
go.
pass to Young.
There you go.
The shot's good on the assist by Johnson.
And so it's going to end up
I do
in the
all the
record
work
books as a
on
blowout,
Justice
a dominating performance for the Celtics.
And this was one that never really was in doubt, but an all-around dominant performance. And you kind of thought that maybe even going into the game.
Yeah, there was a sense of that, and man, they just pretty much blew them right out of the water. A clinic was put on display here today.
And they took charge when it counted, and they'll be notching their 9th win overall.
And so they win their first game against this squad. It's a 2-game season series, and they'll be going for the sweep the next time they face off. A fantastic show. And what an amazing all-around game it was for Thomas. You can do a lot to change a game other than scoring, and it was his quick hands on the defensive end that put them in the driver's seat.
Now, here's Levens. Pass to Bazemore. Young outside.
Right here. White boy.
Here's Bazemore. No good. And so it's Boston easily grabbing this one. A resounding victory for them. And Greg in enemy territory, no less.
And that's exactly right. But with the way they controlled the game and just completely took the crowd out of it, that's how to get it done on the road.
Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. For Greg Anthony, Doris Burke, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. So long and good night, everyone.
Wolves got it today. Woo! That's what I'm talking about. Who's next? Line them up.
And knock them down.
Entourage?
No entourage. Nah, not today, man. Just me.
All right, let's do it. This is where we're starting. All right, everything builds out from the core and the legs. The legs are the first thing to go.
All right, well, let's put some weight on it and get started.
That's a weight.
That's a weight.
That's a bar.
That's a bar.
You do a lot of lifting?
No, but I know I could lift more than that.
Well, it's not about that. We have to start from the beginning.
You playing me?
Oh, you
started
playing
basketball,
me?
what, with layups, right? And you got better and you moved out. You got better, bigger, and stronger. That's what we have to do with this. Start from the beginning. Or hey, it's up to you.
All right, no, I get it.
All right, and every day, we got to be in here every day.
Every day?
Yes.
I'm in.
All right.
Can you show me like a couple practice first?
I sure can.
Okay, it's 8:34, so I'm going to wash up when I see this. God. I don't want to be lazy. Oh. Yeah. And you know it's all right. Miss you. Aww. That's too sweet. Not enough. 60. Hold up. Let's do this. My speed is up to 66. Let's do my layup and dunks. And I'm gonna do this. Shot. Cold shot. 6 of 5. Off dribble shot. Range. Mid range. 62. Off dribble shot. 3s. 62. Oh. I mean, do 2 more of these 2, a lot more of these 2. See, these 2 layers. A lot more of this, this, and this. And these last 2 do this. Do it, Buck.